Hi everyone, today I thought I would show you how to do a little brickwork design on a house. Now I did this house here, I shall zoom in a little bit so you can see, with this brickwork design which I drew on. So I thought I would show you. I picked this house, this is from the page of a row of shops, but I thought this one's got a fair bit of space here so I can show you how to do it. So I just realised I'm sitting here, I haven't got a ruler. That's the key thing that I need. So I'm just going to go and grab a ruler and then we can get going. Right, I'm back and I've got my ruler. Now this is a 6-inch or 15cm ruler. You do want one that's got markings on. It doesn't matter whether it's inches, centimetres or whatever, but you do need them. So but before we use the ruler, we're just going to put down a base colour. Now I'm going to use my Polychromos Cinnamon. Now the point of this is it's going to look like the mortar. We're going to draw the bricks on top. So this is the colour of the mortar in between the bricks, whatever you call, I think that's the right word. So it just needs to be quite a light layer, so all over the area where the bricks are going to go. So I'm going to try not to get it on the windowsill or the window frame, but if I do, I'm not going to stress. I can always rub it out or cover it with a dark colour. I could always do a black or dark brown window frame. I haven't decided yet. I've only thought about doing the bricks. I haven't thought about what to do with the rest of this house at all. So just gently colouring it through. So here we go. While I'm doing this, I just want to say thank you to everyone for all of their support. I've got loads of subscribers now to my YouTube channel and it's really flattering and lovely. I mean, obviously I realise that it can be advantageous to you to subscribe because you get a notification when I bring out a new video, so you can have a look and see whether it's something that you're interested in watching. But it's also lovely for me to think that you want to click that button and see more of my videos, so thank you very much for that. And I'm also getting some lovely comments from people and questions and queries, which is great. I can't always answer them brilliantly, but I do my best. And I also get some suggestions for videos that people want, which I like as well, because it gives me some ideas of what you might like me to do. So as you can see, that's quite an even amount of colour. If you haven't managed to get it really even, don't panic or worry, because it's going to be covered with another colour, so it doesn't matter. Now I'm trying to remember what colour I used for bricks on my last picture. Yeah, I used the Sanguine colour. Okay, so you want something that looks sort of brick red. Now we've got this sort of wibbly wobbly bit. I'm going to ignore that at the minute. And what I'm going to draw is, I'm going to think that the bricks are going to disappear underneath this. This is going to be an overhang of roof. So I want them about here. Now I'm going to line that up with the windows. So it looks, they're not actually straight. So it looks fairly straight, but put it a little bit higher, or else it's going to look a little bit odd. No, bricks don't line up exactly with windows. And also, as I sharpen my pencil, just think about how wide, how long the bricks are going to be that fits in with this scale. And I'm thinking there is about right. So I'm going to start by drawing. I don't draw a line right across. So I draw a bit of a brick here. And then I think, where's it going to end? Probably here. And I colour that in. Okay. And then I leave a little gap and draw a full brick. Break my pencil. Thinking a full brick might be about that size. And then colour that in. And do the same again. Now if I accidentally leave too much space between the bricks, that's easily sorted. If I don't leave enough space between them, that's trickier. So it can be better. See, looking at that now, that's too big. So I'm just going to take that across a bit smaller. Don't want it too tiny because we need to be able to see it. Okay, and then the next one, Now I'm not trying to line the middle brick up with the middle of the house, that would just be too tricky. But you can see I'm just using my ruler to colour up to. So I know that I'm not drawing the brick as such, I'm actually colouring it as I go. I find that easier. You could just draw them in and colour them after. Whoops, line that back up. Do the next one. Here, I think. Colour that in. And the last one here. Now at this stage I'm just looking at the gaps. This one needs to, and also you can sharpen the corners a little bit if you want to, sort of thing. There we go. Now we're going to do our next layer. We need to remember to leave a layer of mortar, which I think would be about this big. Okay, before we draw our next layer of bricks. Again, we can, if we aren't happy with, if we think it's too thick, we can colour into it. If it's too thin, it's very difficult to erase it. Now, bricks never have their, they are all offset, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm drawing that there and leaving a gap for that bit, drawing across here. I shouldn't have done that. Draw that brick in. She's done it wrong. Sorry, I hope you weren't copying me. That is a bit of mortar that needs leaving. So we'll leave a gap there, draw to here. We want that brick to overlap to there. We'll take it all the way to the window and we'll make that one the full length there. So now we need to get the height of the bricks correct. Now these aren't full bricks, they need to basically be a little bit higher than those, which I think that will work. So we do the same thing again, we start colouring them in. And you see we line it up with those gaps that I left here. Now I've gone over the line there. And the last one is a full piece, whoops, over the window. Try not to colour over the window like I did. Now looking at that, I'm just going to try and erase that a little bit. This is my Tombow Mono eraser, which is very useful. Now looking at that, there's definitely a huge gap here which needs filling in. Now I don't want to take it too close to that one, so I'm going to bring that one out there. There's quite a big gap between the top and the bottom bricks too, but I think I'm going to leave that size. I think that's okay. And for our next row, we need to leave roughly the same gap as here. I'm going to judge it by eye. I'm going to do a whole brick there. This one I'm going to do one to there, then one there, and here I'm going to do two, so I'm going to do one there and one there. Now this length we need to measure because we want the bricks to be the same length, and I'm not very good at guessing. Now measuring that, and it's exactly 3 millimeters. So I'm going to measure this one and draw, whoops, 3 millimeters is there. Also at this end, 3 millimeters is there. So now I know where to place my ruler so that we get the right size of brick. This is a whole one, so you can just colour that all in. We need to bring that one down and that one down, like that. Now if they're roughly different, it's okay, but normally bricks, they would all be the same size, which is why I'm measuring them. Now you don't have to measure them in millimeters like I did, you can use any, whatever works for you. Okay, so that's our next row. I feel that's a little bit wide. Just bring it in a bit. There we go. Now we do our next one, we leave a gap. I think we need 2 bricks here, but one really small one quite big, so it doesn't line up exactly with that one. Here I'm going to do a little one here, a bigger one there and a little one there. And for this end one, I'm going to do like that. Now we need our 3mm again, so we measure down to there, here to there, put our ruler across. If you've got a good eye, you could probably do this without measuring, but I just haven't. I'm just no good at sort of guessing this sort of thing. Now you notice my downward strokes, I haven't used a ruler, so they're not as straight, but I think it makes it look a bit more organic and natural somehow if it isn't all exactly ruler drawn, but I have to use a ruler a bit or else it would just look awful. You might be much better, you might be able to do it freehand. It's just not something I can do. Sorry, I was covering that one up. Okay, we might, I wasn't necessarily going to finish it, but I think we may as well. So I'm going to do a whole brick here. I'm going to do 2 here and a whole one here. Measure our 3cm. Takes us to there and to there. Hold the ruler across. So that brick will work. We'll colour it all around this window. This one is split there, I think. Well, that's not a very straight line. Try and straighten it a little bit, even though I want it to look organic and wobbly. I don't want it to look at completely the wrong angle. There. This last one goes all the way across to the edge of the window. I'm just going to take the ruler away to make it be easier for me to colour. Okay, that's too thick. Just bring that in a little bit. And now we've got our very last layer. We need to allow for our mortar. And I'm going to do a little bit there. Long one there, long one there, long one there, long one there, there. And now we don't need our ruler for this last bit because they're not full size bricks. So we can just take it down and colour them in. I think the gaps are too big, but we'll deal with that at the end. Just going to move my ruler from under my hand. Not very comfortable. I didn't think I had brick colours, but I think these 2 colours actually work quite well. Obviously you don't have to do them red brick. In where I live we have a lot of limestoney brick houses, but I didn't really know how to make that colour, so I chose red brick. I don't know about you, but since getting this book I went out last weekend, once we were allowed to go out the other weekend, and observed houses. Now on houses, bricks aren't all the same colour, so you could do some darker, some lighter, add some black, add some browns, things like that if you want to be really fancy. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it nice and simple for you. The only touch I'm going to add is I'm going to use some dark sepia, make some shadows very gently under each brick. Now the reason for this is because bricks aren't flat with the mortar. There tends to be a gap. The brick tends to stick out a little bit. The mortar tends to be set in, and I feel that this just adds enough to give it that slightly 3-dimensional look. Sorry, my hair is getting in the way there. My mad hair. So I hope that you can see that effect. can't do it on the bottom ones, but for me it just makes it jump out of the page just a little bit. Now when I colour the rest, the roof and the windows, I will add some shadow around those as well, like under here, but I'm going to wait and see what colour I colour the roof before I do that. So I'm just going to leave that there for you. So I hope that was really useful, and I find it provides a really interesting effect, and it's even though, you know, houses can look really pretty with just a pale colour, I like doing something a bit different. So so that's that one. So thank you for watching. As I say, I do hope it was useful and helpful, and happy colouring.